Welcome to Let's Talk Business, organized by JCI European Senate. I'm Filipe Carrera, and
I am Robert van Waart.
And today we have as our guest Temelko Dechev. Did I say it correct, Dechev? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Dechev will tell me. A Bulgarian entrepreneur with an international experience. He was national president of JCI Bulgaria, and now he's also JCI Senator. Temelko, tell us a bit about your business experience.
Wow. First, thank you, Filipe, and thank you, Robert, for this nice format and the invitation. I'll keep it nice and short, the introduction. I mean, I have a company now. It primarily deals with digital marketing and business development. We work with clients, as you can presume, in Bulgaria, but also in the whole of Europe and the US as well. So we kind of expand their businesses, promote their businesses. We do anything like top to bottom in terms of digital marketing or sales. Apart from that, I've done pretty much a lot in terms of entrepreneurial initiatives. Some more successful, some less successful. If you're interested to learn about either of those, I'm happy to share any kind of experience. But yeah, it's pretty much big, vast experience in real estate, in management consulting, in tech, in various industries like services industries, product development, quite a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Wow, Temelko. So, well, thanks for being here at first, and also the first time for this Let's Talk Business. And yeah, you already said successes and also maybe failures. So let's first start with a success, okay?
Yes.
What is it's really broad what you're saying, and where you been entrepreneur in and are at this moment. What is your best experience in that? What is the most fun for you? Which part of it makes the most fun for you?
Well, I mean, most fun, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the fact that I can see something being created. After all, I have different projects. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm working on a client project or an internal project. The best part is to see something being built and that nobody gave you the recipe. Like you started from scratch from a blank paper, and you have done the schedule, you have done the shame and everything, and you created it. And the best part is the result. I mean, I'm not going to be saying some fancy quotes and stuff. I like to see the result. If I don't see the result, I have a good saying. It's not mine. I took it from somewhere. I don't remember from where, but I really like it. And it says you cannot lose in this game. It's either you win or you learn. So that's it.
And by the way, what did you learn from the failures? Because you talk about also failures. What do you learn from that?
Never to do all the things that I like first. It's the market that will come and tell me what I need to do, and never to mix my emotional approach towards some ideas that I have. Always to go and speak to the people, speak to my clients, speak to my partners. Basically, Google have very good approach. I think they have closed this department, but I've been reading quite a lot about. I think it was Google X or something else. Maybe I'm not quite sure about the name, but they had quite like an incubator where they tried to kill business ideas. And if the business ideas live after their annihilation on purpose by this Google incubator, they're good. They're good to go. So to answer short, a short answer to your question, Filipe, I mean, I learned, I did my MBA basically by investing in projects where I have lost between 10 to 20 to 30K to 50 somethings. But then if I look at short-term period of time, it was like a downfall in terms of financial fluctuation. But long-term, if I take the 2, 3, 5 period of time, it paid off quite a lot. I mean, maybe 10 times in one of the projects because of the mistakes I've done. If I haven't done them, I wouldn't know what to do.
So, and what is the biggest lesson then that you learned in those terms? Because that is the process failure you will not have a result without any failure. Otherwise, the road is too easy or too flat or going down. Or
Yeah.
what was the biggest lesson then that you had the last years that you said, okay,
Last year.
Yeah,
Last year. Maybe the biggest lesson that I learned last year, 2019, was it's related to business development, because at that year I already had few successful, in terms of like successful, I mean sustainable businesses that are paying themselves, that they can pay out the expenses, and they can like grow, like steadily grow. But I did some mistakes in terms of like visionary mistakes, maybe. And I'm not sure if those are mistakes, but they didn't kind of pay off the financial expectations that I had. So I take them as failures, those particular ones, because in business is the financial result that measure everything. That's my kind of approach. So yeah, I mean, it was that I have tried in one of the projects. It was not related to my company, but it was a side one. I tried to push more than the whole business and the whole capacity and the stamina, including mine, could take. And it was based basically on a big visionary's dream of mine. And you always read in these books of motivational speakers like Dream Big and stuff like that. And I've been through that 5-7 years ago. And I learned the biggest mistake, like if you don't have the validation, like ticking the boxes of quite a number of things in the market situation, it's basically flexing your muscles. You show off on the catwalk, and that's all. That's it. But that's not business.
Temelko,
So that's my mistake.
that goes to what is success, correct? Because there is a lot of visions of success. What is being successful? And
Yes.
I have an idea that you might have reflected on that. What is to be successful? Is it to have much more money? It's to have a big house? It's to have a big car? To have a large bank account? What is success for you?
It's a peace of mind. It's a peace of mind and the pleasure to have the ability to say no, number one. That's for me, like the biggest freedom. And the second thing is the ability to choose where to dedicate my time. That's success. It's not money. You can make money, you can lose money, you can build companies, you can sell companies, you can do a lot of stuff. And I've done it. And now what brings me pleasure is to build something, to see the result, to see in any sense, I mean, even to cook something, to build something in my house, to repair something, or to furnish the new office, to train the people. This is what I see. Like this is success for me. Balance.
Robert, you have the microphone off, meaning that you look like Nemo. We see the lips, but we don't hear your absolutely amazing voice.
I thought you meant the Dutch language, that you
yes.
the Dutch language again. I find it interesting, Temelko, what you say. Okay, so for you, it's the peace of mind. You started with that directly.
Yeah, because I see many entrepreneurs around me, not only in Bulgaria, in Europe, and I wouldn't take them as successful because they have 3 companies, and I will be brutally honest with you, they're spending money on hookers, doing cocaine. When I was living in London, like most of my colleagues next office, we were having an office on Tully Street, 106 Tully Street. Like if you Google map this area, you'll see most of the most prominent real estate agents there. And what is success like? It's a big guy coming with Porsche or with Bentley, and it's fun and it's fine. It's good success. Maybe this is success for them, but it's not my game. You know, I mean. So I have a bit different kind of approach towards this, like the friends that you have, the family that you have, the balance that you build around everything should be kind of having different approach. Many of the prophets, I think, in all these big books that are saying, come on, go out yourself, go out of the comfort zone. It's true, but in the end, everybody is looking for a comfort zone. In the end of your life, you're looking for comfort. So those things should be very clearly outlined, that you might be going out of the comfort zone, but you definitely need to reward yourself at some point with what makes you happy, no matter what. But constantly staying out of your comfort zone you'll get pills, you'll get the antidepressants, you'll go to the church, you'll have some destabilizing kind of life. And when I don't have stamina, when I have doubts in my mind late at night before going to sleep, I'm not productive next day. I cannot train anybody, I cannot help anybody, I cannot please my customers, I cannot deliver.
So how do you create that peace or that ease of mind? How do you create that? Do you have some how do you create it? How do you create the ease of mind?
Robert wants to know your tricks to create that peace of mind.
No, you can say tricks, but what you now also say here a lot is, okay, people do yoga, mindfulness, those kind of things. But what is your trick, or how do you do it? How do you create ease of mind?
My trick is I do reward myself, and I do not reward myself if I don't have the kind of goals that I have set. When I achieve something, I kind of spoil myself, but very regular, but very in a very strict way. I mean, like, if I like to cook, if I like to go out swimming, or go into the forest, or go traveling, I'm not like I cannot do this because I have business. I cannot do this because I have. That's my balance. That's what works for me. I'm not saying this is the recipe with double T and double R, but it works for me. It's very simple to have mental, physical, and internal, like the soul, balance. When I mix those three, I'm in perfect equilibrium. And even if I have to push myself for 2, 3, 4 months of extreme kind of intense work, mental or physical, I can do it without damaging my balance.
By the way, picking on that, did you at any point, or do you have it at this point, any kind of what we can call a mentor, informal or formal? Is that one way that you followed, or you don't have a mentor at all?
Yes, I did have. Yes, definitely. I was very lucky to have had the opportunity to work with very talented and very knowledgeable business owners from various countries, including, if you take JCI. This was amazing. This was like huge. It was so, like, in so many ways, it gives you so much knowledge that it helps me in my daily life now. But apart from that, to go back to the question that Filipe asked, yes, I had, and I learned a lot from them. I learned a lot from their mistakes, as they were sharing a lot of experience. The good thing is that they were not kind of my mentor, like I was having a weekly session with them, but we worked together. And when we have a situation A, like there is a fire next door, what we're doing, and those people were much more experienced than me at that time, and they helped me act on the problem. So this was my kind of like my mentorship. But I had, like for 10 maybe or 15 years accumulated time of somebody else's impact. And in that concept, in that reference, your environment is very important. Your community is very important. Like the people you meet, the people you talk, they're very important. And you choose who to hang around with. This is not a secret. So this is also mentorship. A good friend is a good mentor as well. Like,
So you were active member within JCI. You were national president as well, right, in Bulgaria?
Yes, yes.
And well, you have been active, being now as well senator. In what way did JCI affect your career? Did it affect your career, your choices, and in what way?
It affected it definitely in positive way because it gives you international experience. Maybe I'm repeating myself for many of the JCI members, but it's true. Like the fact that you interact with so many people from all over the globe, you learn so much about how they think, how they react towards your statements, how they communicate, how they tackle problems, what type of problems they have, and how their problems are compared to your problems in a civil society, in the private sector, in the governmental sector, in the NGOs. JCI is a unique master program, I would say, because it gives you the freedom to work on what you want and to improve what you feel you should be improving. So it definitely helped me a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you name something specific that you now are doing within your company or within your entrepreneurship that you learned from that period?
Well, I mean, first the governing side. I mean, I was in charge of the national organizations, and I had to deal with the European headquarters. I had to deal with the US headquarters. I had to organize a lot of stuff. I had to be, I mean, all the things that a national president should do. Mm-hmm. And now I see that all the if you take it like the patterns of behavior like organizational, dealing with HR, dealing with projects, dealing with clients, dealing with problems, communication, writing emails, meetings. I do that on regular basis now. And I don't have any issue to go and negotiate in Hong Kong, to go into the US, meet a business partner or a client there, or like what was the like self-esteem is very important in business. If you enter the room and you're like hiding yourself and you're like a little mouse around the corner and trying to win a big deal, it will not happen. Of course, you have to have the knowledge and the resources and everything, but the appearance is everything. And many people I've seen, I've been like that as well. Many people in JCI appear first to be shy and stuff like that, but after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, they improve tremendously. And I would take this as the huge benefit, apart from all that, the rest of that share.
And because JCI is an organization of young people between the ages of 18 and 40, I think this question is important, especially in the moment that we are living of this pandemic, is what kind of advice you would give as an entrepreneur to somebody starting their own career or starting a career as an entrepreneur at this point? What would be your advice? What would be a kind of mentoring that young people that are starting now, that are facing these new challenges?
Wow, this is a very, very serious question.
I know.
It's a very serious question, and I feel a lot of responsibility by answering such a question. And I hope I do good. And thank you for the question.
You will. We trust you.
We didn't send you the questions, right?
Yeah.
I did not send you the questions up front. So
No. But well, I mean, I would maybe give a few advices, and maybe there would not be enough. But I will start with the very simple, like, don't be afraid. I mean, you will make a lot of mistakes if you're just starting. There is no way you do everything right. First, like, you need to imagine you will start cooking something, and when you take it out of the oven, it will be ugly, and you will be hungry. The first meal will be disgusting.
Let me interrupt a little bit. Robert, have you noticed that he's always talking about cooking?
Cooking.
It is like the 4th time that he talks about cooking.
There is something there. I like
kind of Freudian thing. Continue, Temelko. Yes.
Sorry. I like to cook, but I haven't cooked recently. Just to mention.
That's the
So,
problem. I
yeah,
hit the
maybe,
nerve. I hit the nerve.
maybe, yeah. Then, I mean, like that's the first advice. I mean, no matter if you have a master degree or if you haven't attended the university, no matter what is your background, I think you will most probably fail in something. So be prepared with that. Number two, follow this. At least I do that. Follow this narrative. You either win or you either learn. You never lose in this life. Even if you have a shit on your shoes, you look like walking. You look at the shoe and you say, oh, "What an unlucky shit! It was on my shoe." It's not you. It's not your fault. It's the shit on the wrong place. Number three.
Shit is on the wrong place, not your
Yes,
shoe.
not you
Okay.
stepping on it. It's the shit being in the right. It's super wrong shit. So it's the shit problem, not yours. So you continue walking. Lesson number three that I learned as well, like you should get accustomed in a way, like being comfortable with being disliked, because in business it happens like that. That's why I don't do business with friends anymore. It happens like that. You have two narratives, like you should follow the interest of the company and also like not trying to be very bully on the friends. So learn to be disliked, and I will put it in a very simple bracket here. Imagine that you go home and you have a nice dog that you love a lot, and you go back home, you haven't been home for 2, 3, 5 years, and suddenly you understand that even your dog dislikes you. I mean, when it sees you on the door, it runs away. Imagine that you can be that much disliked and you're okay with this, because this will pass on. It's not infinite. So those are my three most important things I think are important for an entrepreneur. Everything else you can learn it on the web or in the university.
By the way, about the web, I know that part of your business is on the, let's say, the digital economy.
Yes.
How you see this pandemic and the evolution of let's say, the digital economy? What also, what has been the experience in Bulgaria with that? What was the reaction? Because, for instance, in Portugal, it has been an explosion of e-commerce, and digital marketing is now more the norm than it was in January. So, what is the evolution from your side?
Yeah, so I will commend this from two perspectives. One is my own business, and I will immediately tell you that all of our clients that were like hotels, like healthy center, or let's say fitness or gym or some kind of sport activity center, anything that was related to physical gathering of people, shut operation in March. But on the contrary, again, from personal experience from my business, we had different businesses which were digitally related, like deliveries of some kind of product which you before that you used to like buy yourself, or fintech, or other anything related to digital. We had a boost in that. Only the pharmacies, I expected them to have boosted deliveries, but they said, sorry, we have like 1000% growing inquiries, we can't serve them, so we don't need marketing anymore. Only the pharmacies. So this is like from first-hand experience. On the contrary, so on the other side, I mean, there is a contraction in the GDP for like 10%. At least that's statistically said. I cannot measure the GDP myself, but I believe from what I see as the consumer sentiment goes down, I believe that there will be even maybe higher contraction in the GDP in Bulgaria and in the Euro area in general. And yes, what you said, Filipe, is the case. There is a huge boost in e-commerce. Everybody's going to build a website that does deliveries online, that does requests online.
So it's moving. It's like giving reason to that funny post. What brought digital transformation to your organization? The CEO, the CFO, or COVID-19? And you check COVID-19.
COVID-19, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's a huge topic, but I'm very sorry for all the businesses that were shut, and not only in Europe, but you see what's going on all over the world, the tourism industry, all the other industries that are affected. And yeah, I mean, there are opportunities out of everything that happens, and there are some consequences that you cannot change. So if you cannot change it, go work on something else that you can.
Robert.
I thought you have a follow-up question on that, Filipe.
No.
So your companies have been affected as well, like many other companies in the world. When you look forward, and I'm not asking you to watch in a glass bowl what's going to happen with Corona, with COVID, if there will be a second, third wave, what we hear from Israel and Spain and those kind of things. But on the business side, what are your ambitions, and did you have to amend them a lot, or are you still changing them for the next, let's say, 12 months?
Yes. So I mean, I haven't changed them drastically when COVID happened, just because, for example, the office space and the office area that we had our company organized with already was working in a similar way that happened after COVID. I mean, like we kind of work remotely. The team is based remotely, so we have the flexibility. It works much better for the productivity of the team, project management, and everything. So if I haven't done that before, maybe I would be doing it like now, pushing for like office-less operations, maybe. But what I would probably focus the company, and I already did it, we basically united all the services that we believe are important for affected businesses or for businesses which are not sure where to go next. And we created a emergency restart package, basically restart economical package or business package, name it as you want. And it gives the flexibility after a consultation for the business to understand first where are the leaking parts of the ship, how to sell them, and how to continue maybe on a route different to the firstly initiated from the harbor, metaphorically speaking. So that's what we did basically with the company, and it proves to be working well. I mean, we have a lot of questions because many people don't know what to do, and we try to help them towards the direction that Filipe already outlined with the e-commerce concept.
Temelko, one of the things that we have been used to is to communicate like this, but this is a kind of the new normal nowadays after February or March of this year. In your opinion, and considering the Bulgarian reality as your standing point, things will go back to the previous way of communicating? So normal meetings, face-to-face meetings, or this will be the new rule to use much more digital communication?
I already see and feel how our clients are not that willing to come to the office here for a meeting, for a status quo update on a project, as they don't explicitly say, hey, we don't want to come because of COVID-19. But what I say is like, we think that we can handle this over a digital meeting like the current one that we have. And so far it's working perfectly well. They're happy, we're happy, work's done, so that's important. My answer to your question would be, I think that it will be the new normal for a few years, I think. But I also think that's a personal statement. People tend to forget quite fast, I think, in terms of like decades. They don't remember what happened a decade ago if they're not remembered. So maybe we will go back to the pre-COVID era, or not era, but time. But I don't know when.
I think it's all in the future, right? And we're gonna see it when we are keeping ourselves healthy and social distancing. And it's amazing to have these kind of talks. And thank you for being part of it, Temelko.
Thank you for doing it.
Being the first of the Let's Talk Business talks, Filipe and I will be hosting these talks probably every month, and you will find them with different guests from Europe, former JCI members, senators, sometimes famous people and recognizable people, and sometimes less recognizable people. I want to thank
always interesting people.
This is very good. This is very good. I personally, apart from anything else, I think this is super nice what you're doing to bring the natural voice of people who are getting their hands dirty and asking questions, because this is super important and valuable information from all the JCI members around the globe.
Well, thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you.
And
thank you so much, guys. Greetings to Portugal and Holland, right?
Holland, yes.
Voilà.
The Netherlands. They prefer
the Netherlands. I'm sorry. I mean, it's Holland. They've been there. Holland.
It always pays to be an orange, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. I wish you best of luck and have a good evening, and hope to see you soon.
Be safe. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.